My family insisted I marry the son of my dad's closest friend. When I chose to run off and wed my boyfriend instead, they were livid. Now they're flooding my phone with messages. But here's the twist. I just sent them a picture from our wedding. I'm Zara, and I've been with Logan for nearly 2 years. We crossed paths at our friend Andre's monthly game night, those laid-back gatherings where everyone grabs cheap snacks from the dollar store and battles it out over board games for hours. My parents lean toward old-school values, not the rich kind with vacation homes and fancy club memberships, but the type where dad puts in extra hours at his job and mom pinches pennies at the supermarket. They've always prioritized family, which often translates to dad's word being law. Logan and I kept our relationship quiet around them. Not exactly a secret, but we didn't flaunt it either. He'd show up to some family gatherings, bring flowers for mum, which she'd pointedly stash in the kitchen instead of the living room, and try chatting about sports with dad, who'd usually just grunt back. So yesterday, I arrived for our usual Sunday dinner. Everything seemed fine at first. Mum was cooking her signature pot roast, the kind she stretches across the week, dad was glued to the TV, and my sister Fyra was texting away on the couch. Then I spotted extra spots set at the table. "Who else is coming?" I asked Mum while tossing the salad. "Oh, Warren and Dexter are joining us," she replied. "Warren's been Dad's best buddy since high school, and they work together. I hardly know Dexter, his son, except that he's 27 and also works with them." Dinner started off normally. Warren and Dexter arrived, the latter in a stiff, brand-new button-up still creased from the package. Mum kept piling the best meat slices onto Dexter's plate while shooting me odd, loaded glances. Fyra nudged me under the table, her eyes wide like she was in on some secret I'd missed. Then, between the pot roast and Mum's store-bought brownie mix, Dad cleared his throat. "Zara," he began, and my stomach sank. "You know that feeling when trouble's brewing?" Warren jumped in, grinning like he'd hit the jackpot. "Dexter's ready to settle down." Dad pressed on, eyes anywhere but on me. "We think it'd be perfect for our families to unite." I nearly choked on my water. "What?" I sputtered. "It's logical," Dad said. "Warren and I are growing the business, and Dexter's set to take over his dad's share one day. You two are a great fit." I stared, fork hovering, while Dexter studied his plate, looking as uneasy as I felt. The brownie tasted like dust. "I'm dating Logan," I said, pointing out what they all knew. Mum waved it off. "Oh, sweetie, that's just a young girl's fling. This is about your future." Dad nodded. "Logan's decent, but he's not going places. Dexter has a solid path ahead." Dexter stayed silent, still fixated on his dessert. Warren beamed like he'd saved the world, and my parents waited for my agreement. "This is nuts," I said. "I'm not marrying Dexter. I love Logan." Dad's face turned a shade of purple. "This isn't about love, Zara. It's about family and stability." I grabbed my crossbody bag and bolted. Logan was waiting in his car around the corner. We'd planned to hit Walmart for apartment stuff after dinner. My hands shook as I fumbled with the seatbelt. That was yesterday. Today, my phone's exploding with Mum's pleas to be sensible and think of the family. Fyra sent a flurry of stunned texts, warning me Dad's dead serious. Even my cousin Ophelia called to check if the rumours were true. Logan and I stayed up late in his cramped studio, hashing out our next step. We'd been planning to move in together next month when his lease ends. Just a modest 2-bedroom in Andre's complex. I can't tell what happened in the short video. If you want to watch the full story on channel link below.